Okay, so should we be training at the pace that we're aiming for or at the pace that we're currently at? Now, I recently posted Jakob Ingebrigtsen's session and we saw that he was doing a lot of volume at sub-threshold, very comfortable 62 seconds per lap. And then I quickly received a comment under that video to say, oh, I've been doing my 800 meter repeats at 4:17 pace, and that's way quicker than my 5K pace. Now, we don't want to get confused here. The two different things. That sub-threshold that Jakob Ingebrigtsen is training at, what we're trying to do is essentially my bigger plan for the marathon and my bigger plan for 100K. So when I initially got into running, I thought to myself, okay, I can run 5K in 4 minutes per kilometer in 20 minutes. And therefore, it's only a matter of improving my endurance and my stamina in order for me to hold that pace for a full marathon. Initially 10K, then half marathon, but then a marathon. And then it's only a matter of training again for me to hold this for 100K. So my thinking, which is logical, is if I can hold 5K pace 4 minutes per kilometer, I can hold that for 100 kilometers. It's only a matter of training. And it's exactly the same for you. If you can hold a certain pace for 400 at the moment, 400 meters, it means that it's only a matter of training that you can hold within reason and relative, but it's only a matter of training until you can hold that for a kilometer, and then 2 kilometers, then 3 kilometers, then 5 kilometers. And it's only a matter of training that your 5K pace can become your marathon pace and beyond. So it's all a case of, okay, we've got the midweek interval sessions and we're working at 5K pace, 10K pace, threshold efforts, different lengths of intervals, whether it's 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, or 10 minute. Those longer intervals are feeding in nicely to the shorter intervals and giving us strength. The shorter intervals are giving us more speed, so we've got more speed endurance over the longer intervals, and that's nicely feeding into the specific long run, so that when we come away from long, slow distance long runs, just time on our feet out there for 90 minutes, 2 hours, whatever, we're then beginning to see a specific long run where those intervals are feeding nicely into a specific segment or segments of that specific long run, and that nicely feeds in. So we can look at it two ways. We can look at it at training at the level that we're currently at and getting used to running more volume at more pace, longer reps at that pace, and getting gradually used to getting faster at the pace that we can currently hold, for example, 5K, or we can train at the pace that we want to run for 5K, within reason again. Of course, you can't train for a 10-minute 5K, but if you're currently at 25 minutes for 5K and you want to hit a 5K in 20 minutes, then if you train like 20 times 1 minute, for example, 10 times 2 minutes, and you train at the goal race pace and get comfortable at those distances, and then progressively increase the length of each rep, naturally you're going to get more comfortable at running the goal pace. So don't get confused here, and I know it is confusing if we're talking about Jakob Ingebrigtsen session, world champion, 1500 meter to 5000 meter specialist, and he's very, very quick. So it's very comfortable for him to run 62 seconds per lap. That's sub-threshold for him. It's very, very quick for us when we look at those times, but that video was an example of what somebody is doing 12 times 400 meters, super comfortable, in order to keep hitting volume at those sub-threshold, very comfortable 5K paces for him. If we're working towards the longer distances, then we can look at something like the 5K or the marathon time that we want to achieve and work back at that and start to work at the pace that we want to achieve within reason. So I hope that helps. If you got anything from that, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And if you've got any more brilliant questions or comments like that, drop them below.